Good morning. I'm honored to welcome you to the 18th Annual Government to Government Violence Against Women Tribal Consultation. I want to express my gratitude to all tribal representatives, leaders, and community members present today. Whether you are testifying or bearing witness, I deeply appreciate your participation in this consultation. I wanted to speak to you today to reaffirm our nation-to-nation partnership in addressing gender-based violence. This annual consultation demonstrates our commitment to that partnership and to upholding tribal sovereignty. The Department of Justice litigated alongside many of you this year in the Holland versus Brackeen case in the Supreme Court. I am pleased that the court rejected the challenge to the Indian Child Welfare Act, protecting tribal sovereignty and recognizing tribes' inherent authority to determine what is best for tribal communities. I am very aware that efforts to advance public safety for tribes, Native people, and Native communities must begin with listening. I know that our ability to be effective in this work depends on our close consultation with all of you as leaders and representatives of your governments. Over the course of the next 3 days, your testimony and recommendations will guide the Department and the broader federal government in addressing the challenges of domestic violence, sexual assault, dating violence, stalking, and sex trafficking in tribal communities. Since I addressed you at last year's consultation, the Department has been hard at work implementing the authority that Congress provided in its reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act, or VAWA 2022. As you know, that law recognized the authority of tribal governments to hold offenders accountable for an expanded number of covered crimes, and it created pathways for tribes in the states of Alaska and Maine to exercise special tribal criminal jurisdiction. Your guidance is very important to us in doing this work. Based on feedback from prior consultations, the Office for Violence Against Women issued nearly $40 million in FY22 grants to support tribes' ability to respond to violent crimes against American Indian and Alaska Native women and girls, to support tribal coalitions to address domestic violence and sexual assault, and to support tribes choosing to exercise special tribal criminal jurisdiction. Your guidance has helped us ensure that we center survivors in our work to address gender-based crimes. To that end, I've released revised guidelines for victim and witness assistance. These guidelines outline how department employees engage with victims and witnesses of crime to ensure that their voices are heard and that they are protected during criminal proceedings. Importantly, for the first time, these guidelines specifically address cultural and linguistic considerations for victims from American Indian and Alaska Native communities. Last year, the Justice Department announced that Marilys Big Eagle would serve as the National Native American Outreach Services Liaison to spearhead our efforts to reach Native victims, survivors, and families. This position is designed to ensure that victims and families have the appropriate support from the Department to navigate the criminal justice system. Your testimony this year will continue to inform us on how best to administer tribal funds and programs pursuant to the VAWA reauthorization. The Department of Justice remains committed to working with you to address the ongoing crisis of missing or murdered Indigenous persons, which we know has shattered the lives of victims, their families, and entire tribal communities. We are taking seriously the input you have provided as to what resources are needed to keep communities safe and pursue justice for American Indian and Alaska Native families. As part of this work, department officials are traveling the country to attend listening sessions with tribal communities. Earlier this summer, we launched a Missing or Murdered Indigenous Persons Regional Outreach Program to address this crisis. This program places attorneys and coordinators in 5 designated regions across the United States to help solve crimes and locate missing persons. And in December 2022, the department published a resource guide to assist tribes interested in developing a plan to respond to missing person cases that is tailored to the specific needs, resources, and culture of tribal communities. The department is also expanding tribal police department and tribal court access to national crime databases that enhance law enforcement efforts and coordination through the Tribal Access Program. Further, the Justice Department entered a memorandum of understanding between the FBI and the Bureau of Indian Affairs Office of Justice Services to establish guidelines and best practices for efficient criminal investigations in Indian country. Over the next 3 days, you will hear more about our recent efforts and upcoming initiatives, including from Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco and from Associate Attorney General Vinita Gupta, who I'm pleased is able to join you in person. And, of course, leaders from our Office on Violence Against Women and Office of Tribal Justice will be here throughout the program to engage with you and learn from you. All of us are eager to hear your ideas about what more we can do to help. I will close by reiterating the importance of your testimony. Open and honest dialogues are the cornerstone of nation-to-nation relationships. We are committed to continuing to work closely alongside you in our shared efforts to advance safety and justice for American Indian and Native Alaskan women, girls, and all others who face gender-based violence. As I have said before, we are humbled by your trust and partnership in this work. Thank you very much.